Yeah, so my name is Dr. Makarand Jawadekar. I left India back in 1976, almost 50 years ago, and I immigrated to the United States, and I have been in the pharma industry. Uh, After my achieving my PhD from Minnesota, I went to Pfizer, and I stayed with Pfizer all my life. So all my things in the research and development with Pfizer. So I took an early retirement from Pfizer per se, but now I am advising many companies, pharma and biotech, and telling them strategic vision. I am also requesting lots of things that they can do for other companies, and doing some M&A and mergers and acquisition or alliances, joint ventures, things of that nature, because that's where the value is, and then also working with big pharmas and smaller biotech companies. So this has been a wonderful experiment, I would think, because no one has done that in India. I think it has been done elsewhere, but I think for India this is the first time ever. And when Rahul ji asked me to participate in that, I said this is a great experiment and anything I can do to help. So he asked me to see if I can come here as an observer, and along with Dr. Ashok Joshi and Ashok Joshi and I, we held so many teleconferences with Rahul ji, and we said, yeah, we will definitely help and make things at least easier to navigate this. Yeah, so in the US, Harvard also has similar college where study of the government and creating leaders. And so I worked with Kennedys, and I brought Stephen Kennedy to India about 8 years ago, and then I had him visit with Mr. Piramal, Ambani, and whatnot, and that created another interest in me, saying if India can do something like this, what NLC is doing now, so this is almost like the vision I thought that time, now it's coming true. Yeah, so John F. Kennedy was my hero. He was the president of the United States. He came on in 1960, and he was there until 63, and he influenced. I mean, that time I was 9 years old, but literally that influenced my life. How he led the country and how he governed the United States that time. And I remember India had a war with China in 62, and he came to saying hey, I'm going to help India. He told Jawaharlal Nehru that I'm there behind you, so don't even worry about it. Philosophy of life is, you got to go for the best in the world, reach for the stars, keep your ambitions high and positive, and sky is the limit. So never, put a limit on anything that you do, and reach for the stars. And I think if you have that ambition, you'll achieve that. What I like about Indian democracy is it has sustained, for 75 years now. So that is what I like. And what I also like is, governments have gone, and again different governments have come in, and then there is shift. But I think so that means people have the power, and that people power is something that I enjoy. That's a great question, because managing or balancing work-life balance is very difficult. But having married to a wonderful woman, that made my life easier, because she could take care of the children and I could work more on the work side, and then that balance really helps. Yeah, so one of the memorable moments was, I got to, work and invite the Nobel laureate, James Watson, who discovered DNA. So I got to work with him. I got to go with him, and I got to invite him to Pfizer, and so we created an alliance with James Watson, and James Watson and I became very good friends. And I still talk to him, although he's become, he's 90 plus, but I still talk to him. He's in the US, and still Watson Crick model, you must have heard about that. So that's the memorable event in my opinion. Okay, so my advice to, let's say, if somebody is passionate about science and research, my advice to them is get going as early as you can. Don't delay that. And if you're passionate about that, I think don't, again, get distracted by other disciplines. If you're passionate, continue in that profession. Don't go somewhere else. And for the politicians, I think the key is, be honest and be humble, and you will do well if you, because it's a public service, if you work well with the public and if the public appreciates what you are doing, continue doing that and you will succeed.